The Solana Gaming Supercycle has arrived. Only the strongest players will carve their name in history on-chain. More than 30 legendary games await, each a battlefield, each a chance to rise. It's time to prove yourself in the arena. Join now.
GM, we are live. It's Wednesday, October 22nd. Sammy, are you excited about the Solana Gaming Supercycle? It's about to start today, and we had to bring on Cross the Ages, first guest on the show, first guest on the start of the biggest event that's happening across Solana right now. How you feeling, man? How you doing?
I feel so excited. Thank you very much, George. Very happy to be with you today. Very happy, to share who we are and what we've built the last years.
Yeah, man, dude. Look, I've been tracking you guys. I've been watching you guys. I love everything that you guys are doing on socials, but also everything you guys are doing in real life. Because I think truly to understand gaming, to understand entertainment, to understand it, how to be able to push the boundaries, how to bring players in, you have to do a little bit of everything. It can't just be one place. And I think you guys have been a great example of being able to say, hey, we're doing in real life tournaments. We're working with guilds, teams, esports that, are very much Web 2. And I love that because they're very much curious to what this all means and what blockchain is. And I think when you have a good game, you're able to break those barriers a lot easier because you no longer have to say crypto is a scam, the crypto blockchain is a scam, or I don't know what this, right? You play the game, let the game be fun. And guess what? Maybe there's value to those assets that you have. Opening those packs, there's values to being able to trade it, sell it, all on a safe marketplace because it's transparent and there's authentication to all of it. And who knows? Hey, look, you're no longer trading with somebody in Asia or South America, North America, and you don't know what you're going to get. You know what you're getting. So congrats, man. Really, really cool to see you here, to be able to talk about Cross the Ages.
Thanks a lot.
Man, before we do anything, what's the one game you were playing as a kid growing up that inspired Cross the Ages?
Suikoden. It was like a RPG on PS1, very deep game with a story completely insane. And I love the stories, I came from the movie industry where I spent 8 years. And I used to work, as an assistant of production and then charge of production and then executive producer. So I love the movie, I love the story. And this is exactly why, I spent so long time, on Cross the Ages. But I will tell you more about that.
Yeah, man. Look, you're showing your age, and I think I'm showing my age by knowing the game and by knowing the PlayStation. So look, I got the Nintendo right there in the Sega, so I guess I shouldn't say too much. But Sammy, man, look, for those that are new, first time seeing Cross the Ages, don't give me the Web3 BS. What's the Web2 way to tell me what Cross the Ages is?
So I came from the Web 2. So I spent 15 years of my life to developing game, on Web 2 since 2010. I become owner of my first studio in 2014, and we built video game, for PlayStation, for Nintendo, for Xbox, Steam, and Android, and we released more than 50 video games the last decade. So my job is producing video game, and I'm a huge addict of gaming, and I'm a guy from the Web 2, not a guy from the Web 3. So this is a true story. The thing is, in 2020, when the COVID started, we seen that everyone was buying game, and the market started to change. For us as builder of video game, we seen also one of the first limits because you have a million of video game, so many video game, but only 1% of them generate the whole revenue. So how you can be able to say I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna stand up and being able to be the biggest one, it's not easy at all. when you ask people and you ask them about gaming, they talk about League of Legends, they talk about Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox, Harry Potter, Pokemon, whatever, but like it's always IP. And this is exactly when, we start to think about why we're not creating a whole IP, a whole universe, instead creating a video game, because the IP on the long term is something more than sustainable, something that you can touch people with emotion. So we hire the best writer of science fiction, 6 people that join on the team, and we made them a contract for 10 years. Two made 7 books. It's how this is exactly how Start Cross the Ages. In the meantime, we convince a part of the team of Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, Star Wars, Marvel, DC Comics, all those people sign an agreement for 10 years to create the graphic bible of the universe. And then we start to create a new IP, something very deep. At the beginning it was like digital book, so download it, like it was 100 download, and then 1,000, and then like 100,000, and then million. And when we reach a million, we get like the biggest publisher, European publisher, say, okay guys, we've seen that the track record, and like we're gonna be happy to produce like and print the book, and like the book become like physical. So this is the first book of Cross the Ages, and then like the second book is also finished, and then now the team is working on the third book, and like this is a new saga, as you can see, like as Harry Potter, as Game of Thrones, as Lord of the Ring. So yeah, very excited to work on that.
Uh, Man, you mentioned some massive titles there, and I think like you mentioned a lot here of understanding the gaming industry, but the entertainment industry. And I love like when founders talk about, hey, it's about the IP, right? Because you mentioned Fortnite, you mentioned Harry Potter, you mentioned Pokemon, you mentioned all these things. And if you look across it, like there's sections of it where maybe they've played the game or they are gaming aficionados. Maybe they just love the IP. They want to wear a T-shirt. They want to read a book. Maybe they just love the movie, right? Maybe the people that read the book aren't gamers. They just love the IP. And so when you talk about marketing and the user end journey of a marketer, right? Like making that customer become a marketer, kind of how Disney has done the best job out of anybody. You guys are very much understanding and following those steps. And man, like I get so bullish when a founder understands the business plan, the marketing plan, but the audience behind what you're trying to sell, who you're trying to sell to, understanding that there's different people throughout the world that could gravitate to IPs in different ways. So, man, hats off to you guys and what you guys are building. The book, the storytelling, the game. The game has evolved to 2 games.
And also, we made movie animation, we created merchandising, we organized the World Championship. I will give you an example, because like what you say is so true. We are like one of the only gaming project with 5 gaming publisher behind, 5. Ubisoft, Square Enix, that they never invest in any kind of game, Animoca brands, Elite. And this is very important to understand. They don't do that because they like me or I'm smiling every time. They do that because they really understood the potential of Cross the Ages as an IP. The IP, more you wait, more it's become bigger. At the beginning, it's not easy at all, because like you have to get your audience, on the book, you have to get your audience on the game, you have to get your audience on the movie. But you created something transmedia that, like you will have some people will be completely in love, and become your ambassador, talking about the book and they're loving the book. So this is exactly, how, we've done, and this is how and why we still exist 5 years after we launched, when we seen that, the gaming project on Web3 are like all of them disappear. we keep like a community of people that still believing in the project. And honestly, if it wasn't about the IP, I would not be here anymore.
I think, man, like the aspect of how valuable the IP is to a game, but how valuable the IP is to you guys, man, should be resonated even further, because you're right. Like, people don't invest in you because you're smiling and you're here, right? People invest into you because they see the potential of what this could be. And I think for 5 years that you guys have been building, like, which is not really a lot if you really think about in entertainment and movies and gaming. Like some games take years, and I mean years to build. It's actually a pretty short time, and it's like, wow, like to be able to say what you guys have here. There's now 2 iterations of the game and the way that you're able to play it, and like of course everything else, but being able to ship and develop and ship and develop are the things that are very much needed in crypto, especially in Web3 gaming, because that is why it's dead, right? A lot of the times that the things that we're trying or playing are just not great yet and not good or not entertaining, right? And I think when you jump into Cross the Ages, how clean it is, how anyone's able to just kind of be able to immerse themselves and say, okay, like I might not be a great TCG player, I might not be a great RPG player, but like here's where I can sit and understand it. It's just that's just very much needed sometimes. Some games set the barrier too high, and it's like you lose the customer or the audience right away.
No, you're right. I start with the trading card game for many reasons. First of all, we knew that if we build, the actual RPG at the beginning, we will be never able, to deliver it, in 2 years, as we do, for the trading card game. So the idea for us is to start with a community of people that believing on the project and starting, to have like the 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 universe, on the mind. Like they will be able, to understand what is Cross the Ages, who are the character, how, they're going to be able, to enjoy and collecting the card. And then we created like the 3 phases at the beginning, and this is exactly what I want, is to avoid the maximum of Web3 inside the game. So let's play to a game where like you can buy some packs. Those packs, you will have some digital cards. You will pay $3, you will have 10 cards, and then if you want, you're gonna pay $1, and then you're gonna transform your assets digital into an NFT. And then if you want, you can, when you complete the full collection, that you get the 145 card, you will be able to have them in physical. And then this was like completely insane, because we convince the company who print Pokemon to print the card of Cross the Ages. The result is really insane. And why this day is very important for me, it's because this is the first time in Solana show that I will show to the people the physical card of Cross the Ages that's going to be revealed for the 3rd World Championship, the 8th and 9th November in France. And yeah, the result is pretty cool, because like, let me show you that. You're able, to collect, having, your folder of Cross the Ages. You have like the 3 collection available. You have the card, like you have like absolutely all the cards for the collection. Also, the thing good, it's like all the cards, they are unique. You have like a QR code behind, linked, to the blockchain, and then, like it's real. It's not about like. I hope that one day we're gonna be able to, people will be able to collect, like the physical card and the 3 collection. So we already print like almost 600 cards for the 3 collection since, like the day one, and this is gonna be available on Solana. And we were waiting, the migration on Solana to being able, to show it to the community, and also like to give them. So yeah, very excited today to show you that.
Sammy, we have to take a time out with the show, man. I have to go book my tickets for France, because you said November 8, 9, and 10.
Come.
Yeah, bro, dude. If I come and I don't get like I need all the physical cards.
Okay.
I have a perfect place for me to put them too, man.
Let me tell you something. We're waiting for 50,000 people.
Wow.
So the last year we will bring like some thousand of people, but we made a partnership with the biggest manga and gaming convention, where like they used to be like local, and then we made like a movie animation, of course, the ages, with all the player coming, from different place, coming in France, in Marseille. And for the esports scene and like for the esport competition, it's very important for us to show to the people that we exist and we can bring like massive people. We have like very amazing partner for this event, but like if you want to come, just come. You're gonna be like our VIP.
Dude, I see the chat and they're all asking about the physical cards. So I'm asking about it too for them. They are so clean.
I think good. It's like they are all limited. So every card, it's unique. So we printed them. They're all here in the office. When you complete the full collection and you have like the 145 cards, you can froze your NFT, not burn them. So that means that you can still play with them in the game. You can use them also on the other game. The thing very new on Cross the Ages is like we created the interoperability, but for real. It's not like yeah, you can use your asset. It's real. All the cards you have on the trading card game, you can use them on the action RPG. And then you can use the card. you will be owner of the card, but you can't sell them anymore if you froze your NFT.
Mm.
It's pretty logic.
So the blend from Blast, the TCG, and Arise, the RPG, basically you're able to kind of have a bridge between them in the sense of being able to play with these NFTs, cards.
Absolutely. Do maybe like we are like not too far in generation. Do you know Final Fantasy? Do
Of
you remember
course.
this? Okay, you remember the material that you can put on the weapon on Final Fantasy 7? This is the same thing. All your cards will be as a material that you can put and plug inside your weapon. So every card you get from the beginning, you're gonna be so happy to get them because like you're not gonna restart from the beginning your experience. And this is what we love. You know, we seen like we made like more than 800,000 transaction on the secondary market where people were buying the cards. We're sure that like Solana community will be amazed by like the quality of the art when we see like all the team and all like the people working. Nothing is made with AI. Everything is made homemade, and yeah, the universe is completely unique. So yeah,
Look, man, I got $1 million question for you. Phenomenal IP. The game is stellar. You guys have great understanding about the IP and how to build a game. What made you guys choose blockchain? Like, what was that like? You mentioned a little bit in the beginning of it, but what was blockchain that like really made you kind of very bullish to build out such a massive game? Because I'll say this, like, I think the success you could have without blockchain could be sometimes a lot bigger, right? Because of the stigma. But we are coming now also to a great point in blockchain where governments are starting to regulate it, starting to be talked about worldwide. Every bank offers crypto. There's prediction markets now that are getting teamed up with major sports, NHL, all this stuff. Like, basketball. We're seeing sponsorship with crypto companies on F1, right? The F1, everything's covered by crypto. And so, man, like, to take a huge bet, to have a huge conviction, what was blockchain that really made you say, okay, like, this is where we see the future of gaming?
George, it's a game changer. Like I think the blockchain arrived maybe a little bit too early because like nothing was working. This is why everyone is talking about scam, and I understand people when people say like gaming is scam. This is real. Like when you have like 95% of the project disappear, you can't say like it's not true. However, and I'm not defending myself or my project, I really believe that the blockchain is a revolution. You can give for the people the true ownership. When you play, to FIFA, for example, when you know that 80% of the revenue of FIFA is coming from FUT, that means that the card inside the game, you understand that all the value it's behind, the project. Today, like when you play to any game, Hearthstone, whatever the game, or even Pokemon, like nothing is yours. You just pay for something, you enjoy, but you can do nothing with it. Let's like change like this vision where you can say to the people like everything you invest in the game is yours. And the thing is like when you think about it, like having something that's sustainable, that first of all you can sell if you want, but second you can transform. Because at the first day, when I start CrossZeros in 2020, the first year I was alone, so the project starts in 2021 for real, so it's 4 years of the project. My idea was, to create the bridge between the virtual and the real, and to give the opportunity for the people, to play to a video game, and like from the video game you can extract, value and have it for real. It's completely insane, but it's possible with the blockchain because you give the opportunity for the people to become truly owner. I'm a huge fan of the TCG, of the trading card game of Pokemon Magic. I collect them like since I'm 9. I never stopped to do it. Like even now I'm talking with you. Like I have like so many cards that I just received. Like I'm a fan, of that, and like having them touching the card and being able to be owner of that, for me it's a real game changer. So you have like many way to do it, but like the blockchain is a real huge opportunity for the people to have the ownership. And this is why I believe that in few years you will have like one of the massive player, one of the huge player being able to like to convert the people. And then at this time like blockchain gaming will become like very popular, and like but like all the difficult part is now for the people trying and expecting that it's gonna work. And I think that we found like a part of the solution. I'm not saying all the solution, but a part of the solution to being able, to keep the people and also to give them like an interest, to keep the ownership.
What do you think like is still a barrier in Web3 for gaming? Like,
Really?
we talked about like, the why blockchain. And then we also talked about games disappearing or losing or, running out of funds or rugging or whatever it is. But what do you think it is that we still need in this sector of gaming for us to really, have the big names kind of adopt us? And I need to understand, and I need to say that, like, we know Sony has a chain now and is in blockchain. We've seen, Epic and Steam get very much more easier with blockchain technology as there is more case studies. I say that there's just not enough case studies of what blockchain does in gaming, so maybe they don't understand it. Because when you talk to the Web2 normies and you talk to them about what this is, they don't fully like, technology is, first of all, just very overpowering to have a conversation. You really need to fully understand it, especially blockchain. You really need to understand how it works, right? The actual legalities and everything of it. And so I say to you, what do you think is still very much needed in blockchain and Web3 and crypto for us to really get gaming to the forefront?
Honestly, it just need a little bit of time. When you think about it, like gaming started in 1980, so 40 years ago. So it gives the time, like to see like Atari, Master System, Super Nintendo, step by step and developing and like making mistake and like developing the game and having like more and more, like a deeper experience. For the blockchain is pretty new. It's still something that like we exploring. The big problem is like the massive adoption, and of massive adoption, for something that's too complicated for the people. In reality, it's not people have to understood how blockchain is working. This is completely the opposite. It's like the creator have to create something where people don't need to think about it. Like when you take your computer now and you connect to yourself, to internet, do you think about like how it's working behind, how your modem is working? No, you're not taking the tutorial to say you just click on a button and like it's working directly. This is exactly how it would need to work. When you create an experience where you stop talking about NFT and you just give to the people like a way where like they have a wallet, but they don't need to know nothing about it. And this is exactly what we try to do, created an invisible experience. Let's say that the card, it's like a regular card, standard card. When it's become an NFT, the card become eternal. That means that it's for you forever. Very simple, eternal, like very simple. They have a wallet, but they don't know about the wallet. They can sell the card, but they don't know about the marketplace. Just put a price and that, just put it like that, and like you can check, on the marketplace. But like absolutely all the action that people will have linking to the blockchain, burning, and like all the thing, less you will have of that, better it's going to be, for the project. And I really believe that you need to create something so simple that you can onboard anyone. Anyone. I give you an example. We have more or less 40,000 of people, owner of one, like at least one NFT across the ages that people buy, card and convert it as NFT. We have like a 1 million download and a million download, like more than 100K, people playing, but 40K, owner of the NFT. On the 40K owner of the NFT, half of them, they never had any kind of NFT before. For them, Cross the Ages was the first experience where they become owner of NFT. And this number give you like the full picture. When you're able, to create an experience where people don't think about it and like they can do it by themselves and it's not too complicated, you can do it. We used to, as absolutely all the project, it was so a headache, for the people to say, okay, but how I'm gonna do that and how, I'm gonna bridge, and it's so complicated. You can't ask that for the people. People just want to have fun. This is what you say. They just want to enjoy. They don't want, to ask them to have too much question. And as like a builder, as like a guy that's seen like how blockchain is developing, let me tell you that it's a long journey. There are absolutely no schedule for the people on the Web3, and like it's like very hard to being able to give prediction. But like it's a little bit different in Web2. So I think that's for to answer for you to your question. We just need a little bit more of time, and like when we will have like a game like Fortnite, being able to show to the people that NFT is working, believe me, this is gonna be like the game changer. If GTA 6 is working with NFT, it's like a game over and it's finished. Like it's gonna be like the best proof to anyone that this is gonna be work and this is working. So yeah, we just need a little bit of patience, and I'm sure that's gonna work, because like it's smart. The idea is so smart. It's just that we just need like a one very big shoulder, try his chance to say, okay, let me show you that it's working.
Yeah, look, man, it's funny you say just a little bit of time and patience. I quit my full-time Web2 job in 2018, 2019 to go full crypto, and, worked in finance. And it's funny because my family always was like, are you sure what you're doing? And, for the first couple years, man, like they really questioned everything. They've been like, is he okay? Do we need to check in on him? And it's 2025, and I think everybody now finally realizes what was it that I saw in blockchain and crypto to be able to say we are here today. But now even further to say, hey, the reason we're doubling down on gaming is because what experience it's going to deliver to players and gamers with the type of games that will be released that understand it. And I will say, like, I don't think every game needs to have a token, an NFT, or whatever. Each game could just be powered by blockchain in different ways. Each game could have a token powered by different ways. Not all of games have to adopt everything crypto offers. There's gonna be things off the shelf that make sense for that game in order to deliver that game experience to players that they want, that they need, and that at the end of the day gives them the ability to say, hey, I'm going to come back and play this game. You mentioned, the time, but Epic Game Stores is very much out. You guys are rolling out. Wish list is there. Make sure anybody that's right now watching, definitely go cross the ages, blast, hit the wish list button on there right now. But tell us about that, right? Like, you're now also having to market to a different audience, and marketing changes completely from Web3 to Web2, because now you are now marketing the actual game, the game itself, the lore, the experience that a gamer is going to have, rather than what Web3 wants. Well, when token go up, when NFTs, all this like brain rot stuff that we have in Web3. Different marketing changes. Talk to us about the mindset. Talk to us about how you guys are able to deliver that different way to understand what gamers need to see and hear, and be able to, say, okay, I want to be able to check this out.
I believe that, those questions has to be answered in the meantime. If you create an experience for Web 2 and Web 3, you need to be able, to answer for the Web 3 people that's like, why the token is going down, and also in the meantime for the people that don't care about the token. In 2024, when we launched our token on the Tier 1 exchange, the market was not so good, and was like a kind of disaster for the gaming project. But even after we launched, we were able, to keep, like a kind of volume and kind of price that like acceptable. That was like the initial price, of the launch. As many products and Alcon, we've seen that the price going down and down. And then, we were thinking about with the team, to say like, why we're not gonna be able to change a rule. One of the biggest problems that we had, in 2024 is like the market was not the same as 2021 with Axie Infinity and other game. That, like the VC that receiving the token in 24, 36 months is too long for them and too long for the project. It's going to be completely kill our project. So in November, we took the decision 2024 to unlock 100% of the token, giving the token to everyone. Like, just take your token, claim it, sell it, do whatever you want with them. At this time, the price was like not too high, around 2 cents, and everyone was thinking that we were crazy, to do that. Actually, it happened completely the opposite. So the VCs dump, the token, sell it, and like more than 80% of the VCs like get out, from the project. And then we've seen that, like as a resurgence, that the price is starting to go up. We also seen something completely insane, that Animoca Brands invests many million, inside Cross the Ages. It's the first time that it's happened. A project like company that's investing in 600 company game project reinvesting, in a token into the market. Why? It's because like the seen that the potential of cross the ages was so undervalued, and also like 100% of the supply is unlocked. You created an experience for the people to say like, if I have the token now, I have it for me. I'm owner of the token now, and like I will not have any kind of dumper coming with a news or whatever. So we've seen the price going up a little bit down with a black swan like a few weeks ago, and this is like the first part and the first answer to my question. You need to create something where like the people in crypto find themselves comfortable. We didn't create a token to say like we have a token and that's it. The token have like a very huge utility in the game. You can stake it, receive an airdrop of card that you can sell, you can merge the card together. You created like a very deep experience. We have like so many people holding the token now of the community, and this is like the first point. And in the second point, you need to be able also to create an experience for the people who don't care about the token. They don't care about blockchain. They don't care about crypto. And I think this hybrid model, mixing Web2 and Web3 people together, is like the best way and best model for application. Give you an example. Why when I was talking about like all those people become owner of NFT, is because like people start to play the get back and like the scene that, oh wow, the card can be sold. Oh wow, let me go to marketplace. Oh wow, the card is costing this price. Okay, let's pay one and let's sell it to 100 and like 1,000 or whatever. So it created like a very deep experience for the people that you need to improve in the meantime. That means that you need, if you have a token, but you say by yourself, it's not an obligation for a game to have a token. But if you have something, you need to work on it to be sure that it will have an utility behind and not create a token to create a token. And also, it's the same. And this is why, like it's much more complicated, to develop a Web3 product than a Web2. Because even Web2, just Web2 is not easy actually. Like it's like so many problems. Put that with the Web3, it's like the double of problem. So you will have like new problem that you would never get before. And yeah, I really believe that if you want to create it like the best experience, it has to be like in the meantime created like a real reason to create a token, like explain to the people why you do that and why people have to be involved across the ages or like any other project. And the same for your gaming experience, why people will play to a game instead like any other game, why people will spend the time. To answer to this question, for us, we created a graphic bible and a universe that it's not a copy of any other game. When you play to cross the ages and like imagine that you read the book, you say, wow, I'm so like I'm in, I love it, like because the universe is very deep. And this is exactly what we try to do, and this is exactly what we want to do. It's being able to share like this universe and like all this emotion for all the people.
You definitely, man, have done the homework. You definitely have understood the audience very well. With all this said, we understand the roadblocks, the things that very much are here that to hurt us in the sense of crypto. But you guys have been able to go a step further and work with guilds, partners, esports, right? To be able to overcome everything you just said and how to make sure that you overcome it in the sense of who needs a token and who doesn't need the token. Talk to us a little bit about these guilds and everybody that you guys have right now working with you guys, because that's something I don't think many people understand. And I know it just because I met with some of your team members that introduced me to some guilds, and they have no clue about Web3. And I was like, whoa, I was like, this is so cool. Like, and they're talking about the tournament in Marseilles. And I was like, wow, I was like, man, I really should definitely like do my homework here to find out, what's happening out there. Why France? Why Marseilles? But even further, why are these teams like very much going to participate and compete in it without knowing what Web3 blockchain is? So maybe give us some insights on like these partnerships, guilds, the call to action that you guys have had with everybody outside of the Web3 world.
Here we go. I'm doing my homework and trying to answer to everything. Here we go. I will start with the GUI guild and partnership. And, at the beginning, when we start Cross the Ages in 2021, so I made my first video in 2022. and I was able, to talk, frankly, exactly like now people see my face. And I remember this time because like we had like many hundred of people came, in Telegram, and then like everything started from that. So I start to talk to people and share my passion to the people to say like this is what I want to do, and I would try to do my best, and like I will do it step by step. I have like 120 points to do, but like I will share with you like sometime I will do mistake for sure indeed, because like this is a thing that I have to learn. But in the all the experience, I will continue step by step, to update the people. And we seen that, we created a kind of, like ambassador for the people creating their own guild. So everyone, with his point of view, start like to push like his community, to build, to create it, and to also like interact in social media. They created content, they created like a story, they created like a video, and absolutely everything to being able, to share it for the people that will be touched, by the universe. Um, this partnership, starts, with a small local guild, and then, it's become like bigger with other guilds that starts to invest and start like to be commit, on the universe, because like they believe, like the universe and like the story across the ages. Um, we when we see, like that this is actually like the first game doing a world competition in physical, bringing so much people. Honestly, we I'm not a magician. It's just like it took time. I'm not gonna lie to you, it took time, but with like a combination, of people, you can do whatever you want. Indeed, we are not alone to bring these 50,000 people. However, like those people will come. We're gonna be in the middle, so they will come, they will try, they will test the game, they will test Arise, they will get the book. You will have the writer, you will have like also like the designer of the card will be there. You will have the merchandising. You're gonna be able to buy whatever you want, the physical card. So it's going to be like the huge village across the ages inside this event, and also like with a huge movie everywhere that you're going to see it, you're going to see us. And yeah, it took time, but it's like just step by step, step by step. This is how you can build like a real community. And then there are nothing about like the delivery. If you send like a new update, you created new experience, and like people seeing that you do something, even if it took time, because it took us time, and we never succeed on the first time. But yeah, people are just following you and say, okay, let's do it.
Man, like I think that there's so much more to it though, because like that there's just one aspect of it, but for them to be able to see that dream is a lot bigger, man. Like to be able to see that what's happening. But let me ask you this. I know we're coming around our time here, but why Marseilles? Why France? Why do a tournament there? What was it there that you guys were saying, like, all the places in the world, right? What was it that really had that location your eyes set on?
You're gonna be surprised by the answer, I think. I was born and raised in Paris, but when I was 10, my parents went to Marseille, and my parents become old. And since my parents become old, I really want, to stay by them. So this is why, I built all my company and I never left, France, just to be close to them. Like they're living like at 500 meters from my office. I can eat with them, like, and then, like I say to myself that I will do my best, to create it like the best ecosystem in south of France. And like, if I'm here, I'm gonna build it by myself and starting from scratch to being able to have that. So we have like many office today. We have like many people working in different projects. Of course, this is a bigger project where like I spend like dedicated all my time. But this is exactly why I'm in Marseille. It's because like it's for my family, and this is why I really want to stay here, just like the time, because they become older, and I'm very happy and enjoying this part of France.
Yeah, man. No, that's truly a great motivating story, and truly to the heart, man. Look, I wanted to post this video. I see that.
Collaborate to survive.
Oh, I just messed it
This
up. Hold on.
This one is good.
Yeah, hold on. I just messed it up.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh yeah, this video like
authors to write an
All right, what do you want to say before I start it?
This video in 3 minutes, they explain to everyone, what we built. That means starting, with the book, you will see like also like the championships. You will see like our office, absolutely everything you're gonna see, on this video. It's what's happened, like the 3 last year for us. This video have 1 year. That means that, the graphism for the Arise is very different. And I invite you, to take a look on our YouTube and see like the last video to show you how, the game is it's scale up now, and the last video of Arise is like fully in game. So yeah, that's it for me.
All right, let's watch the video. Don't be like my wife that likes to talk during the
No,
movie.
I'm not gonna talk, I promise.
Can humankind collaborate to survive? This question inspired a collective of 7 authors to write an epic sci-fi fantasy story, a saga in 7 volumes written over 7 years. More than 150 world-renowned writers, artists, and developers collaborate every day to bring the universe and characters of Artilium to life, from books and comics to animations and games. Your playing cards are collectibles and available in both digital and physical forms. Use these cards to play our trading card game and defend your dungeon in our action game. Is not all. What if Cross the Ages turned gaming upside down and changed your point of view? Become a responsible owner of Artilium. Protect your lands and contribute to saving this virtual universe as well as our own. This is possible thanks to Cross the Ages' real-world investment in the renewable energy transition, bridging the gap between virtual and real through a more responsible gaming ecosystem. Welcome to Reverse. Together, we are the answer. Together, we are Across the Ages.
I don't know what to tell people if after watching that, they don't need to put some shades on, because that was some serious heat, man. Holy shit. Oh my God. All right. Like, if everybody in the chat right now is not following Cross the Ages, hasn't downloaded Cross the Ages, hasn't booked a ticket to Marseille's France. I'm in Florida. I'm going to Florida, France. November 8th, 9, and 10. There's a massive tournament going on. As you could see, physical cards, man, gameplay, trailer, animations, movies, books. I mean, everything you could imagine a game has. IP Studio has, Cross the Ages. Sammy, man, congratulations, man. This is so cool. It's been such a honor to have you guys on the show, and really, really excited towards the game nights that we're going to have across the ages in the Solana Gaming Discord. So make sure you head to Galaxy today. Make sure you fill out the form on Galaxy. You complete the quest for Cross the Ages. You hit the Discord. You participate in the game nights. And hey, man, if you're good enough, hopefully you don't suck. Hopefully you just don't lose. You have to win. Maybe you'll go to Marseille, France, and compete with the big boys.
It's good. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm really happy, to have this chance. For us, like being on Solana, it's a lot, like the community of Solana is really insane. At the beginning, we moved like 2 times, from blockchain to another blockchain. We were really looking, to have like a community of people like following us, and just having, people, and like Solana is just the bridge between like the degen, like the gamer, the crazy people. Like it's completely insane community that we're so happy, to show the product and like the game and the universe to Solana community. So yeah, thanks a lot for this opportunity. I'm very proud and super happy to be with you today and being able to talk about my passion and like cross the ages. So thanks.
Hey, Sammy, we're going to have to run this back, man. Maybe we're going to have to do 1 versus 1, me versus you. And then, based on that, we're going to find out who the true champion is.
Yeah. If you want to lose, for sure. Indeed. Like, I'm going to be happy to do that with you. I told you, I'm a geek. I'm a huge geek. Like, I play to my game. So, yeah, like, super happy, to share that. And, like, I think that you will really enjoy and, like, also, like, the Arise experience that, it's not a trading card game. It's not a niche game. It's a real massive game where like people will find themselves and they will really enjoy. So yeah, for everyone like is looking the video, like if you have like just a few minutes, take a look about like the last movie animation we made, on the YouTube channel, and take a look, on Arise, like to just see like where we are. And you will be impressed like in the few months where like this game gonna be released, because like this is gonna be like a massive game and available, like on all the devices, starting with PC, but like also with console. So yeah, this is like the objective, for us.
Sammy, just so you know, man, it's all about strategy when you play all these games, right? They call me the gaming strategist for a reason. So just be careful. You better go practice. I'm just going to let you all know right now. You better go practice, because once we go live, let me tell you something. Friendship goes out the window. I don't care what the relationship is, man. I'm here to win, and I'm here to tell everybody who the real winner is.
George, like I'm super happy, like if you want to take some time to prepare yourself, I'm going to be happy to play against you. So happy. Yeah. If you want to come like in Marseille, be our guest. We invite you, like, and find you like very good location. This is gonna be the good time, to come like in France, and we are close to Nice and Cannes, and not too far to Monaco, so you can be able to have like a very long and nice trip. So yeah,
sign me up. November 8, 9, and 10. I have the dates down. I'm booking the flight. I'll book the hotel, and just get ready. Just prepare. Be ready. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much for coming on to today's stream.